Go clean the mats, that's all you're good for. The black belt snapped, grinning as he pointed at her in front of the whole class. The dojo roared with laughter. She didn't flinch. In the center of the mat stood Commander Sarah Locke, a decorated Navy SEAL, still in her navy blue combat uniform. She wasn't here to spar. She was just dropping off her nephew, a white belt. But that didn't stop Master Kyle from making her a target. "You military types think you're tough," he said, circling her like a predator. "This is martial arts, discipline, technique, not brute force. You wouldn't last 30 seconds with a real black belt." She stayed silent. Kyle's smirk widened. "Come on, just a little friendly spar, for fun." Everyone turned, phones out, whispers buzzing. "She doesn't want to fight," said an older student. "She's scared," someone chuckled. "She should be," Kyle muttered under his breath, loud enough for everyone to hear. Sarah slowly stepped forward and dropped her cap on the bench. "Just don't cry when this gets real," she said quietly. That wiped the grin right off his face. They squared up. No pads, no formalities, just raw tension and a dozen eager eyes locked on the mat. Kyle lunged first, fast, clean, precise, a textbook takedown attempt. But before he could blink, he was on the ground, gasping for air, her boot planted lightly on his chest. Not stomping, just enough to hold him still. Dead silence. She stepped back and let him scramble up. "Beginner's luck," he growled, humiliated. He charged again, this time furious. A spinning kick cut through the air, powerful and arrogant. Sarah slipped under it effortlessly, twisted behind him, and executed a flawless rear chokehold without even breaking a sweat. He tapped, twice, hard. She let go instantly. The dojo still hadn't breathed. Kyle sat on the mat, stunned, chest heaving, sweat pouring down his temple. But she wasn't done. Sarah knelt beside him, her voice calm but cutting. "You don't embarrass someone who served without understanding what they've seen. You don't belittle quiet strength, and you never ever pick a fight you don't understand." Whispers rippled through the room. Phones slowly lowered. The mocking smiles vanished. Then someone asked, "Who is she?" The instructor who had invited Sarah's nephew finally spoke. "She's a Navy SEAL," he said, stepping forward. 15 years, served in 3 combat zones, Medal of Valor, close quarters combat specialist. She's trained forces most of us only see in movies." Kyle looked up, face flushed, with shame now, not anger. She didn't wait for an apology. She didn't need it. Because this wasn't about ego. It wasn't even about the fight. It was about respect. And that backstory, Sarah grew up in foster homes. No one expected anything from her. At 17, she enlisted, not to escape, but to prove she was more than what the world saw. She was denied SEAL candidacy twice. Too slow, too soft-spoken, too female. But she kept pushing, grinding, bleeding, training in silence while others talked. She passed Hell Week on her 3rd try, one of the first women to wear the trident. She'd seen brothers die in her arms, saved civilians under fire, disarmed bombs with minutes to spare, and never once posted a photo or asked for applause. That's why the dojo went silent. Because in a room full of belts and egos, the real warrior walked in unnoticed, until humility made her visible. As Sarah helped Kyle up, his hands shook. "I'm sorry," he said, voice cracked. She nodded. "We all have something to learn." He bowed, not because he had to, but because he wanted to. The rest of the dojo followed. One by one, heads lowered in respect. No more laughter, no more cocky taunts. Just realization. That day, Kyle changed. He invited Sarah to guest teach. She agreed, but only if they trained with her, not under her. She taught them more than holds and counters. She taught them composure, control, and what it meant to fight without hatred. Because real strength isn't loud, it's quiet, it's calm under pressure, and it doesn't need to prove itself until it has to. If this story moved you, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe for more powerful stories like this one. You never know, the next one might just change your life.